Hey everyone. So today I wanted to share with you the secrets of the portion of Noach. It's the energy of this week. And for spiritual people who study and connect with Kabbalah and the Zohar, one, at least for me, one of the greatest experiences I had was reading the portion of Noach in the Zohar, which reveals all the secrets of this portion. And this portion is not just for Jews, it's for anybody who wants to elevate their consciousness. And what I learned from the Zohar actually is that Noach, in a way, is the ancient Tony Robbins. I'll explain to you why. But even more so. But he was this incredible person that, I mean, think about it. He was preaching spirituality and trying to change people's consciousness in a time when nobody listened to him. He was all alone. And just imagine that. He was all alone trying to preach brotherhood and sisterhood and togetherness and higher consciousness, and everybody just laughed at him. And that's really his story. So incredible individual. Other people from the Bible, they had people around them who were also spiritual. They weren't alone, but Noah was all alone. And so we can tap that energy um, and ask him to help us this week, and especially on Saturday, especially if you tap into the Torah reading and Kabbalistically, spiritually, by understanding it's a type of spiritual download. It's software that can help us tap some type of energy that we can use. And that consciousness, that software, is the ability to persevere in spite of the fact that sometimes we may feel alone, right? It feels like that sometimes. Or who's here to help me? Well, the light of God, the light is here to help you. And that's what Noah had. But more so, there's an interesting story about him. It says that, and obviously this is apocryphal, but when he had built the ark and the rain started, and he started, and he didn't go in the ark. He waited. The water was rising. And only when the water got to his nose and knew he couldn't, he died, he drowned, then he went in the ark. And some commentators say, well, did he not believe the word of God? Did he not believe that this flood is going to happen? And the Zohar reveals that no, actually, of course he did. But he knew the power of the mind, and this is what he can give us. This is the real secret of Noah. He understood the power of the mind, how powerful we are. And this is what all these modern people like Tony Robbins and Joe Dispenza, they preach all this stuff. But this is already around thousands of years ago. He knew the power of his mind is so powerful. It can control everything. We have the power to control everything. And so he didn't want to be the one to think, oh, there's a flood happening and I'm creating the flood. So he didn't want to go to the ark and protect himself before it was it was beyond control, because then it could have been, maybe I caused the flood, because there's the light of God said there's a flood coming. That's the prophecy, and now I believed it and I'm making it happen. Hope that makes sense, that he waited till the end because he didn't want to be he didn't want to be partly responsible for a flood. He understood that we have the power to control everything outside of us, the physical world. And so we understood this. And so that's the power we get, to this certainty from him that we are able to control everything in our life. And we can ask him for help. That's the practical thing this week, is during the Torah reading, ask Noah, ask him to help you understand the power of your mind and just how incredibly awesome you are and infinitely powerful. Hope that helps.